Hello and welcome to Piano Shack with me, Woody. Thank you very much for tuning in. I've been doing this YouTube thing for about 3 years now, and I've built up a respectably sized channel, at least for this particular niche that we're in, which is music, technology, synthesizers and pianos. And I've learned a lot of lessons along the way, and today I'm going to share with you some advice in the form of my top 10 tips for starting your own YouTube channel. Now, you really need to be clear on the goals and the purpose of starting your own channel. If you're just doing it for fun or as an experiment or to share a couple of videos with your family, then perhaps this advice isn't really relevant for you. But if you are doing it with the aim of growing an audience, getting noticed, perhaps attracting sponsors, working with brands, earning a bit of money perhaps, and even doing it for a living, then this video is for you. We've reached another milestone for this channel, and I'm thrilled to announce that this video is sponsored by Skillshare. I think they're a great fit for my channel and hopefully for my audience too. So Skillshare, if you didn't already know, is an online learning community with over 25,000 classes on a huge variety of topics. I'm particularly excited to have Skillshare as a sponsor because I'm working on a series of piano lessons that I intend to publish to their platform. Why don't we take a quick look at the competition? So yes, I seem to have my work cut out. There are already plenty of piano classes available and many other forms of music production training as well that might be of interest to you. Cost of premium membership with unlimited access to all of the classes is actually less than $10 a month, which seems pretty reasonable. But for the first 500 viewers, I have a link in the video description where you can get 2 months completely free of charge. Now, for most of us creators in the early days, unless you're super talented or extremely beautiful, it's going to take you a long time to grow your channel to the stage where you can start making any significant amounts of money from monetization. So my advice would be not to start your YouTube channel with the sole purpose of making any money. Do it instead rather to share your passion as a fun hobby, or as in my case, curiosity really. I wondered what it was like to run my own YouTube channel, and as a challenge if I could pull it off. Don't do it for a quick payout, you'll likely be rather disappointed, and any money you do earn will be far below the minimum wage for the amount of hours that you need to put in on your channel. So I recommend doing it for the passion, and your viewers will appreciate that a lot more too. But stick at it, keep grinding out the videos, keep upping your game with every video you publish, and eventually you may attract some brands and some sponsors and even be able to turn it into a business. Unless you've actually made this kind of video yourself, you probably won't realize the time and effort that goes into making this kind of video. And it's even more time consuming and hard to do synth and music tech videos because there's such a lot of preparation, planning and production that goes into them. It's especially hard because you're probably a one-man operation. You'll need to plan and script the videos, rehearse the performances, learn the gear, shoot the video, edit, and then manage all the YouTube metadata. It's not unusual for a 10-minute video like this to take a whole day to shoot and produce, and you should be aware of that and be prepared to put in the time and effort yourself. Yes, sure, in the early days you could test the waters using your smartphone to record and shoot your videos, but I think in the long run it'll be a time-consuming, difficult and perhaps frustrating experience with often poor results. You'll need a camera or two, lenses, microphones, audio interfaces, field recorders perhaps, a lighting rig, audio and video editing software, all the tripods, the stands, and many more accessories. And of course you'll need some synths to feature on the channel. And all of this does add up. I reckon you'll need to spend about $1,000 buying the gear to make these kind of videos. I think if you're putting 8 hours, for example, into making a video, you owe it to yourself to capture the result in the best possible quality. Remember also that you can buy used gear at a fraction of the price of new equipment, and you can also sell it on without losing any money when it's time to upgrade. And do keep in mind that the audio quality is far more important than the video quality. If your video has bad visuals, then it's still watchable, but if the audio is bad, then it's unbearable to watch. Your first videos will probably suck. I know mine certainly did, and I didn't even realize it at the time. Check this out.
Hello piano lovers, and welcome to my pop piano tutorial series.
So hopefully I'm somewhat better now, but there's still room for improvement, that's for sure. Starting out though, you know very little. There is so much to learn. Scripting a video, shooting it, capturing audio, learning how to use the camera gear, the audio gear, the editing software, and the list just goes on and on. If you're new to this, you won't get good at it for a long time. It might take hundreds of videos to improve to a good level. In my opinion, I still haven't made a good video. You might agree with that as well, but you've got to remember that you are your own worst critic. You just have to get over your lack of self-confidence if you're struggling to think that your videos are good enough, and just upload it anyway. Don't let perfection get in the way of good enough. It's very hard to judge yourself if your videos are any good or not. Some of my best performing videos are some of the ones I thought were the very worst, so just upload it anyway and see what happens. Test the waters. And please don't be discouraged if you think in the beginning that your videos aren't good enough. Rome wasn't built in a day, and you can't expect your very first video to be perfect. Upload it anyway, watch every single video critically that you make, and try and pick one thing to improve with every subsequent upload. You will improve over time, and you'll get there in the end. This kind of video does have its place, and I'm not knocking the guys that do this very well, but the point I'm trying to make is that your viewers are probably not going to bond with a pair of disembodied hands, and your audience will not form a relationship with some plastic and some patches. To really connect and engage with your audience, I strongly encourage you to put yourself on camera, put your face on camera, and share your personality with your audience. After all, some of the most successful channels in this genre and in any genre are all about the personality of the host or presenter. And think about this as well. If you're doing a performance on YouTube, if you go to a concert to watch an artist perform, are you watching their hands, or are you watching their facial expressions and their emotion as they're playing? Yes, I know sometimes I can go a bit over the top, and my personality perhaps isn't stellar, but it's better than nothing, and I think it's helped me achieve some level of success on this channel. At least people tell me that, which surprises me every time. In the very early days, every single view counts, and you've got to do what you need to do to attract new viewers to your channel. And that means you need to self-promote your videos, even though it might feel a bit awkward on social media and on Facebook groups that are relevant to the topic, and other internet forums perhaps. But don't be too spammy about it, and don't overdo it. Don't be that annoying guy. Try and do it tastefully, and remember also to participate in other threads posted by other people. Don't just be there with one post to promote your own videos. Try and participate in the conversation, and you should be okay. And the really great thing about it is that as your channel starts to grow and you get a regular viewership and a subscriber base, then other people might even start sharing your videos for you. That's really awesome when that happens. You need to understand the YouTube algorithm. It's vital for the growth of your channels in the early days. You see, the YouTube algorithm affects if your videos come up in search and in suggested videos. You need to know everything about titles, descriptions, tags, metadata, playlists, and more. I strongly encourage you to watch everything by Nick Nimmins, Brian G. Johnson, and Tim Schmoyer on Video Creators. Soak up all of the knowledge that they have to share. Okay, well done. You've got YouTube to surface and promote your videos, but that's useless unless you can get people to actually click on them. And to do that, you need to create a compelling title and thumbnail that entices people to click on just your video amongst the other 20 or 100 or 1,000 videos there are on exactly the same topic. So spend time crafting good titles that work well with the search algorithm, but also spark the curiosity of real viewers to get them to click through. Use a bit of clickbait if you like, but don't be dishonest. Also, you'll need to create good thumbnails that grab the attention of the viewer. Watch time is the most crucial factor in the YouTube algorithm. If your video accumulates more watch time minutes than other videos on the same topic, then your video will rank better in search and in suggested videos. The best way to hold people's attention is to tell a story. So what's a story? Well, it's basically, every story boils down to this. It's the same for most Hollywood movies. There's a character that wants to achieve some goal, has to overcome some obstacles, and eventually reaches that goal. But how on earth do you apply this to a synth demo or a performance? To some extent, I think it's possible to include elements of storytelling in your synth videos. Perhaps show when something didn't go quite according to plan. I ran into issues on several of my demonstrations, but I kept it into the video to make for a good story. I'm trying to perhaps do a demonstration of this drum machine here. I was unable to update the firmware. That was an obstacle I ran into, but eventually we figured it out. Tell the backstory perhaps. Why has this synth suddenly appeared on your videos? Where did it come from? Why did you buy it? Who did you buy it from? And why did you sell it? It's always in the back of my mind, and it should be in yours too. Always try and tell stories and keep the viewers watching. It took me 6 weeks to get my first 100 subscribers. 500 subscribers took 6 months, but after a year I had 2,000 subscribers. I heard somewhere that 90% of YouTube channel startups quit before they reach 100 subs. And I totally understand that. It can be extremely frustrating and discouraging when you put so much time, effort and love into a video and nobody watches it. But no, that's just how it is when you have a small channel. It's extremely difficult to compete with everybody else for views. You are a very, very small fish in a massive pond. So please do not give up. Keep pushing on. It's a grind. It is a fun grind, but you just have to keep making video after video after video. Even if nobody is watching, keep pushing on and publishing videos. Eventually, if you're doing the right tricks with the YouTube algorithm, and if your videos are getting the watch time that they deserve, then you will rise to the surface. Google will start promoting your videos and your channel will grow exponentially. Please remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint, and set your expectations accordingly. Otherwise, you will be disappointed, and we don't want you to give up. If you have any tips to share, then please do leave them in the comments. If you have any questions as well, let me know there and I'll do my best to answer. Thanks very much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Please consider supporting the companies that support me by using the link down below in the video description. Thank you ever so much. And of course, thank you so much to all of my viewers and subscribers for helping me to get where I am today, and I wish you all the best of success as well. I'll see you again next time. Cheerio.